Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? I hear there's a basketball game tonight, but who cares, right? Good evening, team. My name is Leslie Stovall from radio station KSFL, KCSM, and California Music Channel. You know, say gig economy. But anyway, I'd like to welcome you to the 4th annual Rising Stars Gala. Give everybody a hand. Thank you so much for coming. First of all, I just want to say these guys, the Sharp 9, really can play. So let's show them some love. You guys are great. And as soon as you get an album out, you send it to me at KCSM, and then I can play it a little bit, because we always want to encourage local talent that's on the rise. So thank you so much for sharing your talent with all of us tonight. And once again, welcome to the 4th annual Rising Stars Youth Leadership Gala. Thank you for coming, and thank you to the Berkeley High Jazz Ensemble, the Sharp Nine for their wonderful music. And a very special thank you to Hotel Shattuck Plaza for the wonderful venue. Hotel Shattuck has supported our boss year-round through its Shattuck for Shelter program, employee volunteer days, and other contributions. So, once again, thank you so very much. But before we begin, I would like to take a moment to thank our major sponsors, including the Tile Shop in Berkeley. You can clap at any time. The Tile Shop in Berkeley, Mechanics Bank, Kaiser Permanente, Nonstop Wellness, 4th Street Shops, Roman Fan, Malaga Corporation, and others, as well as our immediate sponsors, the East Bay Express, Berkeley Side, Berkeley Community Media, Berkeley Times, and the Chamber Link. The full list of sponsors is in the event program, which you each have by your seats. And I tell you, these companies and individuals truly care about these youth, and their support makes this event possible, just to let you know. So we'll take a moment to read and list them, and thank you so much. The youth you will meet tonight are not just doing their best to attend school, head to college, and take care of themselves and their families. They're doing all of that despite incredible challenges that you and I have probably never even thought about. And against the odds, they're doing it. And they're succeeding. They are truly shining stars. Just give us a round of applause. And right now, we're going to share a short video about our young rising stars and some of the companies and individuals who support them and support this event. If you would take a look.
Sorry that I couldn't join you this evening for this recognition. I'm actually in Barcelona, Spain, at an international conference of mayors and state and local officials, and discussing how we can work together to stand for progressive policies, particularly in the era of Trump. So, sorry I couldn't join you, but I wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate the 20 young people for this recognition, and to thank you for rising above and for your accomplishments in your community, caring for your family, the leadership you've shown your school and your community. I certainly know how difficult it is to rise above poverty, growing up in a low-income household, and facing eviction, and my parents struggling to provide food and provide education for myself and my sister. It was very difficult, but I know that you can continue to rise and to succeed and to be role models for your communities. So I want to thank Boss for this recognition and congratulate you once again. We're really proud of you, and the City of Berkeley is committed to making sure that every young person has an equal opportunity to succeed, that we close the opportunity gap in our schools, that we have opportunities for our young people to not just have good jobs, but to enter a four-year college. And so we're committed to your success. We're committed to addressing homelessness in our community. We're committed to addressing disparities in our community, and want to congratulate you once again on your recognition this evening, and keep doing the great work that you're doing, and keep being role models for
live life how I see fit. I got many role models for this mission comes to art. Name is Stanley Lau, aka also known as Art Jury for a nickname. Once it was an infection, he cannot stop, there isn't cure. So it's spend time. Kick back, play video games, sleep, movies, draw whenever I can, get any, even the physical work in when I can. Mostly by playing football.
My name is Israel Vasquez. I'm from El Salvador, and I got an older sister and a younger brother. My biggest challenges can be just in school, general, like academics. And the reason being is because I'm first generation to go to college, and after high school, I'm not gonna really know how to like handle like driving to college. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, I don't got no mentors or like my parents to tell me, oh, you gotta do this when you go to college. You gotta stay on top of your stuff and stuff like that. You know, so it's gonna be hard to navigate through college. I guess something I would change in my community would be provide second opportunities for the people who are in jail. Because I mean, not everybody who's in jail are bad people. You know, they probably made some mistakes in their life, like me personally. And I think everybody deserves a second chance, and even a third. You know, because it depends on the person. And they did a certain thing, a certain bad thing, because of what they've been through, what the people around them have done to them, and that's why I feel like they need a second chance and see what else is out there for them, not just the negativity that has been impacting them in their life. So that's something I would change.
My name is Ivan Gill. I go to Berkeley High, and I have 2 brothers and 1 sister, and I was born and raised in Berkeley, California. I like to help others who are in bad situations, so I could help them, guide them the right way in case they're getting lost, tell them what's right and what's wrong, because a lot of time people don't know what they're doing with their lives. So what I do, I give them suggestions, and if they take my suggestions, then that's cool. If not, then all right. If I could change something in my community, is giving more to the homeless and helping them out more, because I see a lot of homeless in the streets, and it makes me kind of sad because they don't have, sometimes when it rains or it's cold, they don't have nowhere to go to. And if they try to get a job, they can't, because then they can't go clean, they can't shower, they don't have clothes to get a job. So I would try to give them a second chance and help them out, you know? Yeah.
My name is Lachey Senegal. I go to Berkeley High, and I'm from Berkeley, California. My dream is to become an entrepreneur and major in interior design. If I could go anywhere, I would go to the Bahamas because it is a beautiful place. I love going to the beach with my family and friends, and I just want to get away. My role model is my mom because she's very independent. She's a single mother with 3 kids. I'm the last one. And she's my role model because she's very independent, and I've learned a lot from her. When I turned 16, I had my first 2 jobs by myself. I've pretty much been raising myself since middle school, and just being an independent person, I feel like is a great quality to have.
My name is Niles Seawood. I go to Berkeley High School. I'm in small school of amps. I am from Oakland, but I grew up in Berkeley for a vast majority of my life. I have 1 younger little brother. I got a role model more towards my mother because she grew up in a struggle. She had a big struggle in and out of homes, never really had a parent really there in her life, and still made it to college and still graduated from college and was successful in life. So she's my role model to me. To go to college, get educated, and bring in a lot of money to support my family who can't do it themselves. The segregation between everybody, try to get everybody to come together more as a community and unite more as one instead of divided.
My name is Samantha. I'm in IS, so Independent Studies program, Berkeley High. I'm from Berkeley originally, moved around a couple of places, so I don't really know where I'm from. And I have 1 sister, Tiandra. My dream is to be a nurse. But I feel like my main dream is to just be comfortable, you know, and to not struggle, basically. I was in the hospital for about a year, and I feel like my nurses really impacted my journey through that whole time in my life, and I feel like I want to be able to impact someone else's life like they did mine. My biggest challenges are kind of staying focused at this point, because right now I've been kind of getting sidetracked with like obstacles in my life, I guess. Because I kind of keep telling myself that I'm not going to make it, which is a terrible thing to do, but yeah.
We've been here since the early 30s, and it started in 1929 up in the hills of Oakland. The whole family pretty much worked in the shop for a while, servicing all sorts of small things. Unless you've gone to a school on stamp making or engraving, you're not going to know how to do it. Even if you went to graphic design school, you're still going to have to figure out how that translates into different items being engraved, or different items being turned into a stamp, or stamping a different material, or using a different kind of ink. You're going to learn to do that, and there's just no substitute for the experience. And being that we do so much custom work, I'm really excited to get to a place where we can get a hold of some of these kids who've got a lot of drive and a lot of imagination.
That's where
That's the thing that I'm most excited for. I really think that it'll be a starting place for a lot of ambitious young people. Like to do that like whenever I can, like on a one-to-one basis. If we have someone who's making something like a school project or something, and it's like a student, if I can, I try and find a way to help them. If there's someone who's, you're getting married and weddings are expensive, it's like that's something I enjoy doing because it's someone else who is trying to plan their life on a budget, and it's working with them. It's kind of a personal thing for them. You want to do it right. It feels really good. And
that was Mike Chilton. I want to call your attention to the Berkeley Stamp and Engraving Company, who are profiled in the video. Mike, the owner of the business, is here this evening. Where's Mike? Can you stand up? Thank you, Mike. And we're so fortunate. Mike has been a partner with Rising Stars since it began in 2014. And this is really cool. Mike is inviting a Rising Stars youth to come and learn about the stamp and engraving business from him as an unpaid internship. It's a great opportunity to learn a unique craft and also how to run your own business. That's a lot of education there. Contact Mike if you're interested in this exciting opportunity. There's Mike over there. And oh, by the way, all the plaques, they do it. Stamp and engraving, they do it. So you can look at their wonderful work. Thank you so much. People enjoying dinner? Food.
Beautiful. Hey, how you doing? This is Roman Fan, Corman Indian Real Estate, former board president of Boss. I just want to congratulate all the rising stars out there. You've done good, you're doing good. Can't wait to see what the future brings to you, and congratulations. Also want to let you know that Corman Indian is your one-stop shop for all your real estate needs in the greater Bay Area. Thank you.
Congratulate Berkeley Rising Stars. Hashtag Rising Stars.
I have to say, those are some mighty nice beats. Okay? Really? I mean, seriously. Where's Monica Smith? Oh, okay, she's the one that did the beats, I understand. So let's give her props. She did a nice job. It got me moving. That's hard to do. I have about this much rhythm, so thank you for the help. Okay, special thanks to Gwen Austin, Monica Smith, and Jeremy Bunch for putting together that fantastic video. Video is great. And we hope that it made some impact on you, so we'd like to make you have some impact on us. So please take a minute or two to make a super easy donation by text to support Rising Stars program. Text BOSS, all caps, to 243725, and we'll be there for you. Also, please remember that throughout the evening we have a silent auction going, and you still have time to bid on some of the wonderful items we have donated, including a stay right here at this great hotel. How about that? Think about that. Wake up, room service, the whole thing would be lovely. So now I'd like to invite Pastor Tanisha Walton to the stage. Pastor Walton of the Way in Berkeley is a self-described 49ers fan. It'll be a better year this year. And she's a fan with a heart for serving and supporting young people. We're truly grateful for your willingness to join us and lead us in an invocation for the evening. Thank you, Pastor Tanisha.
Good evening. What a wonderful night of hope, right? Do you know anyone who's an overcomer? Come on, clap your hands if you know someone who's an overcomer. If you're an overcomer, come on, raise your hand and say, I did it. You know, this is why it's so important for us to show love to whoever we run across, because you never know what people are going through and what difficulties that they're facing on a day-to-day basis, right? So I'm here. I'm Tanisha Walton. I'm the youth pastor at the Way Christian Center in Berkeley, where our pastor is Pastor Michael McBride, and we just bring you greetings, and we're just going to open with an invocation. So would you bow your heads as I pray? Father in heaven, we invite and invoke your presence as we celebrate these young people who are shaping their bright futures against all odds. Just as you rose again, we celebrate these rising stars, and we thank you for their strength, their hope, and their resilience. May they feel a sense of achievement in their accomplishments and great excitement about their futures. Come take their skills and gifts that we celebrate today. May each student know your presence in their lives and understand how to use their abilities for your glory and your kingdom. And may they continue to live lives of learning and discovery, and in doing so, bring great blessings to the world. We ask for your mighty hand to be upon all those who we celebrate today. Bless their lives from this day on with goodness and with love. Help them to stay true to their dreams, use their gifts wisely, and to walk into their future with hope, with faith, and with great love. And we say to every young person here, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. In Jesus' name, amen.
I'd like to thank Tanisha for those kind, inspiring words. And I especially like what she said about discovery, because wake up in the morning is like the same old thing, right? But wait a minute, you're waking up. Every day above ground's a good day. Make it the best. So I'd like now to invite Keandra Johnson to the stage, who will introduce the recipient of the Boss Gratitude Award. Keandra? And since we're kind of on a sports motif, pinch hitting.
So I'm not Keandra. My name is Gwen Austin. I work for Boss. And we are here this evening to not only honor our young people, but we have what we call a gratitude award. And we want to give that to Ms. Sophia Jones of Berkeley High School. Ms. Sophia Jones is a phenomenal counselor. What she does with these young people, and I've witnessed it myself, And she gives them a platform to be just who they are, but she also gives them direction. And she does it with a lot of love and care and responsibility. So we are so grateful. And we couldn't have done this. A lot of this, she gives us Berkeley High School students to help us do videos, to help us do promotions, to help us work as an intern. It's been Sophia Jack. So we really do appreciate her. So right now we want to give her a special thank you with a gift and a certificate. Ms. Sophia Jones, could you come up front, please? We won't ask her to say anything unless she wants to.
Thank you. I really appreciate this gratitude award. Y'all got me crying. I see a lot of these kids not only at Berkeley High, but being in the community. The BYA kids and the BTEC kids, I see and greet them almost every day, and their stories are so powerful. And I know that when I was a child, if I didn't have someone reaching out to me, I probably wouldn't be here reaching out to them. So I give them a warm hug as well as a kick in the butt, and and I just work hard every day to help them achieve their dreams so that they can see how truly special that they are. And that's it. Thank you.
A warm round of applause. That was really nice. All right, so we'll continue now. Well, we've got a special guest, State Senator. You gonna move with that? Okay. Anyway, don't forget the silent auction table in the back and bid on any of the fabulous items we have available to help support the Rising Stars program. The tables will stop taking bids at 7:30. And also take a moment, if you would, to make that quick and easy donation by text to support the Rising Stars program. Text BOSS, all caps, to 243725. And now I'd like to invite to the stage State Senator Nancy Skinner. Her full bio is on the program, which I hope you take a few minutes to read. But suffice it to say, Senator Skinner is a fighter for justice. She's fought on behalf of poor, homeless, and disabled people her entire public service career. And we're honored to have her here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Skinner.
Well, I'm very glad to be here, and I was also really happy that I was here to see the video where the Rising Stars told their story. So Rising Stars, it was very powerful. And to learn some of the things about you, whether it was death of loved ones in your own life, or the homelessness, or moving around too much, or lots of family displacement, or illnesses, what have you, that have put really too many burdens on you for given your age. It's not fair to have so many burdens as a young person, but you know, it happens sometimes, right? We get them. I had a period of time, was brief, and I had a very strong support network, but I had a brief period of time where my daughter and I lived in our car. But I knew that it wasn't going to be permanent because I had that support network. But it didn't make the moments during it any easier. But knowing that we have each other and that you have BOSS boss and that you have the other support systems, our wonderful honoree from Berkeley High. That's what's going to help us pull through. So I'm really glad to be here to honor you and to support your efforts. And I know you're going to be successful. And I'm watching the Warriors score as we speak, because I'm hoping that they pull it out tonight. But hey, if they don't, then they'll get their win on Sunday night, right? But I thought I'd mention something that Steph Curry said, 30. Be the best version of yourself in anything that you do. You don't have to live anybody's story. Success comes after you conquer your biggest obstacles and hurdles. And what I'd add to that is, while we need our own resilience to do that, we never do it alone. So I want to thank Boss, Donald, and Sonia, and the other staff, and your board, and all the supporters for being some of that village that is helping our Rising Stars and other folks who get boss services and BYA and all the rest. And I'm glad the city of Berkeley has been, I see Chris over there, I'm really glad the city of Berkeley has been a very long and dedicated supporter of boss and BYA. And I will continue to be your partner, and I look forward to being of whatever assistance I can be. And Rising Stars, if you ever need me, calling me. Tasha's right here. Tasha Henneman, who's my district director, and we have an office right now. Yeah! Woo! So thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's the score?
They were 16 behind a few minutes ago, wasn't that?
The Cavaliers.
Cavaliers were ahead.
Uh-oh. 49-33. Cavaliers. King James. Huh? Cavaliers fan over here. Thank you, Senator Skinner. And now I'd like to introduce a very special guest, only recently added to the program. She comes all the way from the Big D. I'm talking Big D, little A, double L-A-S, Dallas, Texas. She's a trailblazing athlete on the Dallas Elite Women's Tackle Football Team and a fighter for equity and justice with personal experiences that make Rising Stars event something close to her heart. Would you please welcome Odessa Jenkins. Thanks, Odessa.
From Dallas last night to be down here with you guys. I'm a California resident, born and raised in Watts, California, and I heard about this event online and couldn't resist. I begged to be here, and so I have a couple messages to deliver to the Rising Stars, because I am a rising star. Like, it never stops, right? It never stops. And I know you guys are looking at me like, who is that little woman up there? So I'll give you a little bit of background about who I am and how I came to be. As I said, I'm born and raised in South Central Los Angeles. And I am the youngest daughter of a single mom of 4 kids. And my grandmother was a single mother of 10 children in the South. She raised 8 girls and 2 boys in a little town called Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And I grew up in a family full of fighting, hustling women and men. And when I heard some of your stories, it immediately touched my heart, because I too learned that adversity is what makes us, not what breaks us. The life of a young teenage girl in poverty, an African-American young teenage girl in poverty in this world, is something that can make you rise or be taken down. And for the most part, we rise, always. And my story is just that I saw a lot of death, I saw a lot of destruction. I grew up in LA in the 80s, and it was a really rough time. And I had family and friends who did nothing but destroy because that's all they had around them. And at the age of 11, I realized that I wanted to be different. I wanted to remove my family from poverty. And my life completely changed because I woke up one night and my mom was sobbing. And I was the youngest and I was an athlete. I always had a ball with me. I was known as the girl with the ball, always with the ball. Football, basketball, baseball, didn't matter. Always had it with me. And I was 11 years old and I woke up and my mom was sobbing. And I didn't understand it because I'd never seen that woman cry in 11 years. For nothing, y'all. Like, even at church, you know, where the ladies cry because they got the Holy Spirit, feeling real good. And I'm like, oh, amen, Jesus. My mama never cried. I was like, man, I've never seen a tear come from this woman's tear ducts. And she was crying uncontrollably. And my god sister at the time had told me that my mom was crying because my brother, who was deep in the gangs at 21 years old, was murdered that night. And I didn't understand it. You know, death was a normal thing. Like, your friends died, they went to jail. That was just life. We would be playing basketball, pop, 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 hit a shot, keep playing basketball. That was just the way life was. But when that happened to my family, I realized I never wanted to see my mother grieve again. I never wanted to console her. I never wanted to be a child who had to console a mother. And I know you rising stars, as young people who are caring for your family, know that well. It is backwards, but it's a burden that we have to bear, and it makes you strong. It makes you special. It makes you relevant. It makes you significant. And at 11, I realized that. And so from there, I devised a plan. I was a young entrepreneur at 12 years old. I started selling the groceries out of our refrigerator to the kids in the neighborhood. And my mom realized, well, this kid's got something, but it's hard to come by this food, so let's get her going with something else. So I started to do athletics and started to, I started my own business when I was 13 and started a women's, girls at that time, football team because the boys were playing and I had no one to play with. So I thought the girls should have their own team. So I started a team in Watts and started a business selling candy, and we eventually turned that into a retail spot. And so from there, I got through school, became a scholar, and basketball took me to college. I graduated from Cal Poly. Cal Poly, yes, that was supposed to. Yeah. It's really close. Graduated from Cal Poly and decided that I wanted to do sports as a profession. Football was always my love, but again, there was not a path for it. There was not a path for women in professional football. And since there wasn't a path, just like everything else in my life, I just knocked down the door and created a path. And that's the other thing about what you guys might be going through, or what you might have gone through at 18 and 19 years old. You know, for some of the younger children, all of the support that they have around them, you might not see that support, but you got to create it on your own. You have to create your path. And so after college, I created a path. I said, women's football will eventually be one of those prominent sports on the planet. And I'm not there yet, but we finally have a professional league, and I own the team in Dallas League Women's Football. Y'all want to move it? Move along. But, my real message to you guys is to use everything that you've ever been through and translate that into your successes. And it sounds like some abstract stuff that some stranger's telling you, but I've literally used it to be successful at everything I do. You know, I'm a young African-American vice president of a SaaS company. That only happens when you take your adversity and translate it into success. You translate it into tools. And you all have a tool that nobody else has. So use your adversity, use the things that have happened to you, and make them help you rise. I'm going to end on this. My grandmother used to tell this story to my mom, I guess she ended up telling us, but it was an old wives' tale about when slaves were in the fields and they were working, and there was an old mule. And the mule fell in the hole. And everybody was so preoccupied that they didn't think about the mule, but they would go and dump the slop in the hole. Well, they all thought the mule was dead, and they dumped the slop in the hole. And for days, they kept dumping the slop in the hole. They kept dumping the slop in the hole. And about a week later, the mule appeared. They were like, what? Where did the mule come from? Well, every time they dumped the trash on the mule, he stepped up. And then they dumped more trash on him, and then he stepped up again. And then they dumped more trash on him, and he stepped up again. Just like they do to us. Just like the world tries to hand you trash sometimes, or it might dump on you sometimes. But all you got to do is step up. See, personally, you can always stand. You can always step up. So whatever happens to you, rising stars, be like that mule. When it comes, when it rains on you, step up.
Thank you so much, Odessa. That was very inspirational. And thank you for joining us, and safe travels back to Dallas, and I hope you have a good season. Anyway, I'd like to introduce a very, very special speaker to the stage, whom I think a lot of you know already. One of our Rising Stars awardees from 2016, the truly hardworking and truly inspirational Thomas Jones. Wait a minute, I see a message coming.
I'm not Thomas Jones. Tonight, I'm not going to be talking, but I'm going to ask someone who's a rising star right now.
Someone who is here tonight, if he wouldn't mind saying a few things tonight to our other cohorts in the Rising Stars. Deontay? Yeah! So Deontay is one of our awardees tonight. Yeah! And he's here, he has a story for you. And he is very inspirational. So I would like for him to tell you a little bit about who he is and how he became to be here at Boss.
Hey, peace, everybody. How y'all doing? What's going on? All right. Deontay Jackson. Yes, indeed. I'm in the building. All right, so this is a poem entitled, Be Inspired. Take a walk in my shoes. Seeing through winning eyes, I realize how important time is. 24 years old, never been in jail, and no kids. Taking my life serious. I hope you're hearing this. Valuing the smallest things in life. Experiencing the finer things in life. Every breath I take, a renewal of opportunity. Loved ones and friends in unity. Unison. Bettering my community. I'm here by no accident. Young activist, displaying my intelligence. Vision, vivid and clear. A scientist, taking my time till I get it right. For your enlightenment. I came to better our environment. If one wins, we all win. I'm not perfect. We all sin. Society is what you make it. Just one decision away. So every morning, I pray for God to show me a better way.
Thank you, Deontay, and thank you for filling in like you did. That takes a lot of talent, so we appreciate that. Well, before we get to the next speaker, I'm going to go back to my leitmotif. I want to give you all a final reminder. What's that I hear? Oh, it says silent auction. Okay. That's going to close at 7:30, so if you haven't already been, please take a moment to check out the wonderful items on offer on our tables back there. Wonderful, wonderful. And right now, I want to bring Chris Worthington to the stage to say a few words. Chris is a council member with the city of Berkeley and graciously stepping in for Mayor Jesse Argüen, who was unexpectedly, as you saw in the video, called to speak at an international mayor's conference in lovely Barcelona. So we wish him well there. And Chris Worthington is a longtime council member, activist, and partner in Boss's work, and he is dedicated to serving and supporting community members in need of housing, jobs, health care, and of course, most importantly, justice. Chris Worthington.
I think Mayor Jesse Argüen got himself invited to Barcelona for one reason only. So he wouldn't have to come up here and speak right after Deontay. What an amazing performance for an impromptu, unscheduled part of the program. Beautiful job. Let's hear it for Deontay. And as was spoken about in the invocation part of the program, I love the phrase that she used, being an overcomer. That's such a great phrase. And I've always used the word survivor, but I like the word overcomer even more. Because each of these amazing honorees has really overcome so much and at such an early age. In reading the nominations of each individual person, I was very touched. And in the videos here, the one young lady who was talking about, people ask me where am I from, I don't know what to say. That really grabbed my heart because even as old as I am now, people always ask, where are you from? And as a kid, I lived in foster homes and bounced around in Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, different cities within those states, Massachusetts, and it's always like, well, do I really want to explain to all of these people where I'm from and give them a list? Or do I just pick one at random and say, I'm from there? I never lived in one city for more than 4 years until I came to Berkeley. And after I left my foster family, I was adopted when I was 11. And my life was sort of funny in that everybody's like, oh, poor Chris, you were a foster child. That must have been so rough. And they're like, you're so lucky. You were adopted. That's so wonderful. That's the best thing that could happen to you. But the people who adopted me whipped us and beat us with a cat and nine tails and a big leather belt. And I was like praying that I could go back to my foster homes because my adopted family, especially Mr. Worthington, was not very nice to the kids. And so when I turned 15, I ran away. I just could not put up with being beaten, and I couldn't put up with watching the other kids being beaten. It really grieved me enormously. I didn't know how I could fight back, and so I ran away. And in many ways, that was the smartest thing I ever did in my entire life, because I was lucky to grow up, and at 15, it was a lot safer world than it is today. I was lucky to meet many people in the civil rights movement, and then they introduced me to people in the peace movement, and so I became an activist in the civil rights movement. Was like my first activity as an independent person from the Worthingtons, and in some ways, I credit it with saving my life. People were always telling me, you're this teenage wanderer trying to survive, trying to do odd jobs, and you're not going to live till you're 18 years old. And here I am, 100 years old, and still going well. actually I'm only 60-something, 63 I think. And I'm still alive and still fighting for the same civil rights and environmental and peace issues that and justice, as she mentioned. So, you know, I really feel immense solidarity with these overcomers who are being honored here, the rising stars. And I really feel they have already demonstrated as you can read in their nomination forms, they've already demonstrated how much they've already overcome. The things that they're doing to look out for other family members, taking care of their family members, standing up to help other people, you know, to think that people could be doing all of that at such a young age. You know, the vast majority of people in our world don't do some of those things ever. You know, they can live to be 50, 60, 70, 80, and never do some of the things that these rising stars are being recognized for doing at these early ages. So I'm really just delighted to be here as a smart part of the program. I know Mayor Jesse Arreguín is doing a phenomenal job as our new mayor. He's really changed the entire nature of city council meetings. Used to be people were, you know, the public was rude to people, council members were rude to people, and he has sort of created a congenial environment at council meetings where we actually have intelligent discussions and try to work together. So he's a young man who has accomplished a lot as a rising star himself. And I just want to close quoting one of my favorite recent songs. And I'm just saying this to all of our rising stars. You should know. Anybody know what they should know?
Would love it.
I bet most of them know. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing. The world could change its heart. No scars to your beautiful. We're stars, you're stars. Congratulations, rising stars.
Thank you, Chris, for sharing that story. We all were reflecting on it. Wait a minute, I'm going to give a shout out to my table, okay? All right, okay. Anyway, thank you once again for all of you coming here, and I know that Boss does great work all the year round, and I am just on a personal note, I'm very honored to be a part of your organization. You guys invited me to MC, and thank you so very much. My mother ran a community center in Columbus, Ohio, Southside Settlement. She's a master's of social work. So this feels very much like being at home. So thank you once again. I really appreciate being here. And right about now, we have a very special performer. Desiree Harp is a native California WAPO and Dene singer, poet, college student, and community activist who grew up in Santa Rosa. And she's been sharing her voice with audiences since the age of 2. That's incredible. Learning how to speak and sing in her indigenous language was a big milestone. And getting in touch with her indigenous culture also helped Desiree find her voice as a writer. Desiree Harp has performed with the San Francisco International Arts Festival, Native American Contemporary Arts Festival, Native American Film Festival Awards ceremony, One World Beat Festival, and many other events. She's a very busy lady, so I'm glad she had time for us tonight. And she was also performed as the lead solo vocalist with the San Francisco Chamber Orchestra, and has shared the stage with acclaimed poets as John Trudell, Jimmy Santiago Baca, and Lorna D. Cervantes, as well as Native American Music Award winners Inez Jasper, Jana Machon, Keith Sokola, Indigenous, and Cody Blackbird. So would you please welcome Desiree? Come on up.
So I just wanted to start off by honoring the space that I'm in right now, and I just want to say that it's really moving to me to hear the stories of all of these young people who are so resilient. And I just want to say that I feel like our struggles are one, and it doesn't matter whether or not I come from the reservation or whether or not I come from, you know, the hood in Oakland, or anywhere really. I just want to say that I feel like we are all connected, and I just want to sing this song. So I was taught by my ancestors to always open up with an invocation, and so I want to sing the woman honoring song to start out with. So a big part of the work that I'm doing is not only trying to heal myself in this crazy world that we're living in, but I'm also trying to heal the earth, trying to heal the water, and trying to make sure that we're not forgotten, especially as people of color living in a culture where our cultures are oftentimes erased by whatever the dominant culture is. And it's very difficult to be who we are because we're constantly comparing ourselves to others, and even how we define success is oftentimes defined by European standards. And so for me, it's been a struggle for me to really be proud of who I am and where I come from, and that is a big part of the lyrics that I'm going to be sharing with you today. I spent my whole life trying to be somebody I'm not. Can I get the beats? I want to put on the water song. Oh, or Easy Morning. Okay. This is a song that I wrote to honor the water. Used to swim in rivers, drink from fresh springs, carry baskets, interwoven memories of the ancestors. We come from the sea. The oceans reflect emotions fluidly. There's a storm in me. I miss the gentle rains. The water's dammed up. I'm consumed by rage. I need to get these chemicals out my veins. All the wastewater being spilled in the bay. Whether we're human beings or we're waterfowl, migratory birds resting forage bound. We all come from water, rivers feed the bay. We all come from water in our very veins. We can't heal the water before
somebody I'm not. They threw me on the stage and they put me on the spot, but I never understood all the fortune and fame. All I wanted was to sit in a circle and pray. This here they call a career, what I'm doing is using my voice to heal. Dream is for everyone to sing together. Egos in check, cause nobody's better. Used to be communal, and now it's a competition. Wonder when we're gonna stop causing division. Get back to the ceremony, back to the land. We all been displaced, and we all need a hand. We have gifts that we naturally possess, and we notice those gifts when we try our best. We give up and we don't make money, even though those gifts can help so many. The water flows through my soul, speaking clearly now. Stay true to who you are. Remember where you're from, my child. Whether we're human beings or we're wildfowl, migratory birds resting forage bound. We all come from water. Rivers feed the bay. We all come from water in our very veins. We're affecting years of reproduction, not understanding the cause of destruction. If 1 million fish die, what happens to us? And if the oil's on fire, how much longer till we bust? So, I just want to, before I get into this next track, I actually wanted to share a song, or a quick spoken word piece that I wrote about being a woman in our society because, we live in a culture that is a domination culture, and as women, people are constantly trying to dominate us. As indigenous people and African American people are constantly trying to dominate us. And so this is a song that I just wanted to share that is really just celebrating my own sovereignty. So I just want to share a little bit about also what helped to inspire this piece. It was an article that I read when I was going to San Francisco State, and it was talking about how a lot of times women are ashamed of their bodies because of what we're constantly seeing perpetuated in the media. Okay. What he calls a disease is sacred according to ancient wisdom. Sorry, my nerves are getting the best of me right now. Mama Earth cries when a man forgets a woman's worth. Her mind, body, and spirit heal the universe. Whoa, what he calls a disease is sacred according to ancient wisdom. Ooh. So, sorry, I'm getting kind of emotional right now only because, this is something that recently happened. I just wanted to share a little bit of this story before I move into the next song, if that's okay. Okay. So basically, I just wanted to take a moment to honor all of our young women who are giving birth right now. My sister, she's actually a young woman who is, I'm not sure if she's gonna make it or not, and she's giving birth to her baby, and
And I just wanted to take a moment to say a prayer for all of our young women that are giving birth, and they're single mothers and they're struggling right now. And I just wanted to share that prayer. And yeah, I think that I just want to move into the next song, actually, just because it's a little bit emotional for me right now. It's the easy one. Yeah. Inhale and exhale fire. Temperature in the air gets higher. Ride wings up till the clouds come into the rain and feel inspired. Come down through the water. Mother Earth sees her daughter. Make my way back to the ground. Come through the canal. Go even farther. I wake up at dawn and I wonder what I'll do. I try to set positive intentions. White shells in the east help guide my thoughts. To course in the south brings progression. As I move into the west, abalone shells transform my prayers into actions. Obsidian in the north protects me from the bad thoughts thrown into my direction. If faith is trust, do I believe I am capable of anything, or do I hesitate to manifest my dreams? All the elements and ancestors are speaking through my heart, body, mind, and soul. As I walk through life, they give me all the strength I need. I bless the space, catch my breath and find my place. I see a face on the horizon shifting shapes. Can I change what's in my heart? If I sing to the stars, will they sing back? If the sun made holy breath through photosynthesis, can I sing a star chant? Balance can be restored when we're speaking living words that come from holy breath and have the strength to heal the world. I am reborn every day, and I pray that I say what I mean, and I open the way for the rays of the sun to get into my brain. I am not clouded by yesterday's pain. If faith is trust, do I believe I am capable of anything, or do I hesitate to manifest my dreams? All the elements and ancestors are speaking through my heart, body, mind, and soul. As I walk through life, they give me all the strength I need. We've been walking through lifelines, and it took us thousands of miles to see what was already on the ground. Paths paved in the sand, waiting to be found. We are walking in the footsteps of our ancestors today, and they walked for centuries so that we could find the way. So, yeah, sorry I got emotional for a second there. Before I get off the stage, I just wanted to say that a lot of us, even for me, just standing up here today, it really is an act of resilience, because despite whatever struggles that we're going through, we continue to wake up every day and we continue to bring our best selves forward. And I just want to say that whatever mistakes that you make, not to allow yourselves to beat yourselves up over the mistakes that you make, but only to allow that to continue to grow for you as an individual person. And so I just want to yeah, just say that before I get off the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Desiree. Your music, your vocals are strong, the message is the same, and you got a good shot at attaining fame. Let's hear it for Desiree. All right. Anyway, thank you for coming out. And right now, it's time to honor our 2017 Rising Stars awardees. And I'd like to bring Sabea Viveros to the stage. Sabea used to be a senior aide with Mayor Tom Bates and now is the city of San Leandro. Sabea has presented awards to our Rising Stars since the beginning, 2014, and she's rocking those heels too. Let's hear it for her. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Before we start, I just want to make everyone get up for a little bit because what we just heard was so inspiring and I feel like we have all this energy inside of us. So just get up a little bit, stretch, because we're about to get into the best part of the program, honoring our 17 honorees. So before we begin honoring them, I just want to let folks know that the 17 of the young people that we're honoring tonight are actually being nominated in 5 different categories. And you guys can all take a seat. It was just a little stretch. And they're being nominated in community involvement, new direction, role model, caring for family, and consistency. So as we read a little bit about, as we all learn a little bit about their story, I'm going to ask for you guys to hold your applause until the awardee comes and gets their award. And all Rising Stars will receive a plaque from Boss and Berkeley Stamp and Engraving Company, certificates of achievement from the offices of State Senator Nancy Skinner, who was here with us tonight, State Assembly members Tony Thurmond and Bill Quirk, and Berkeley Mayor Jesse Arreguin, as well as gift bags that include a selfie stick, Inside Out movie cap, and Dory doll from Pixar, a tote bag from AC Transit, and a $10 gift certificate from Whole Foods, Boss water bottle, and an RCA 7-inch Android tablet from Boss. Wow. So that's what our Rising Stars will be getting in their bags, and I think we're ready to go. Ready to go. So I'd like to ask Batul Aldala to come up stage. To come up stage, or where would you like to go? Miss Aldala is managing very challenging situations with humor, kindness, and perseverance. She displays a high level of responsibility for a person her age. She and her family were displaced from their home country due to war and other unsafe conditions. But here she is tonight as a symbol of resilience and strength. And her goal is to finish school, and she is going to tackle a job helping to continue to help the community and to help care for her siblings. So congratulations. I'd like to ask Isjuane Baker? Ijan Baker? I'm sorry, I have a super hard name as well, and Ijan is being honored by Berkeley Youth Alternatives as a role model. And he is an extraordinary young man who has overcome adversity and strives for excellence. He's a current student at Berkeley City College and is pursuing a degree in theater arts. He has faced some challenges, such as being a homeless youth in California without a family, but he is here tonight as a symbol of resilience, and he's advancing his life with a degree in theater arts in Berkeley City College. So congratulations on all of your achievements. I'd like to ask Miss Samantha Barrow to come up stage. Miss Barrow is being honored by Berkeley High School in the category of New Direction. Miss Barrow had a very devastating loss this summer. She lost her father before the 9th grade. And in her 10th grade, even when she was grieving, she had to be admitted to the hospital. As you can see, she rises above her adversity. So she has risen. She continues to excel in school, and her goal is to go to college and become a nurse. So congratulations, Miss Barrow. Congratulations. We need a bigger stage? Okay, let's keep that on deck for next year. Okay. And this is so exciting. I feel like this is like, da-da-da-da. All right, I'd like to ask to come to the stage Mr. Derek Barton. Derek is being nominated for the New Direction Award by Boss. And he faces very unique circumstances. He has had to face all of his adversities alone and has managed to rise above them. He is a member of Boss and receives services through them and receives housing. And in the past few months, he's shown that he is focused in creating a brighter future for himself. And his goals are to, you guys, I can't believe I'm tackling all of this, oh my gosh. Get a job, get a driver's license, move forward with his life, and become successful in all that he does. So, congratulations. The next person I'd like to ask to come up to the stage and receive their award is Kevin Espiritu. Where is Kevin? There he is. Kevin is being honored by Berkeley Youth Alternatives in the category of consistency. He has demonstrated a high level of commitment and consistency since starting as a summer intern in the Environmental Training Center in July of last year. He volunteers at the Urban Farm by Berkeley Youth Alternatives, and he completed his ETC internship last fall. He continues to be dedicated and continues to be accountable, and we are so humbled to be here with you. So congratulations. I would like to ask where is Deontay? There he is. I'd like to ask Deontay Jackson McFarland to come up to the stage. And so, as many of the speakers tonight have talked about, he has overcome a host of traumatic events that includes discrimination, not just from us, we're his peers, but from the legal system. And he has survived poverty, community violence, and the loss of loved ones and friends, but he has stood firm in his beliefs, and his motto is I love myself, my family, and my peers. I love my community. His love and respect for all people just goes to show how much he respects himself. Deontay is being honored for his standout level of hard work and willingness to take direction and learn from it. He exemplifies the qualities of a role model as he continues to grow, learn, and enrich himself in all areas of his life. So, congratulations. Lachey Senegal to come up to the stage. Lachey is being honored by Berkeley High School in the category of caring for her family. She has not had it easy being moved from multiple schools since elementary school. She was finally able to settle here in Berkeley and has excelled in school and is an excellent friend, student, and daughter. Multiple moves when she was young could have stopped her drive and ability to learn, but being quiet and mindful as she works her 2 summer jobs, and her goal is to go to college. Congratulations.
Sex day, baby!
I'd like to ask to come up to the stage, Ashalan Tanner. As Ms. Tanner makes her way up to the stage, we are going, here she is. So, one of her challenges primarily has been homelessness and the instability that comes from that. She has managed to create her own structure and foundation despite not having that. She now her and her family are permanently housed, and she's able to build on that stability. Her motivation comes from helping others. She volunteers at Jefferson's Elementary School's jazz program, tutoring younger children. She may even want to pursue a career as a pediatrician because of the love that she has for helping young children. And she, with her mom's love and guidance and patience, she's made the honor roll and is continuing to learn the importance of helping others by paying forward. And she is a leader, not a follower. Congratulations. I'd like to ask Mizelle Trammell to come up to the stage. Mr. Trammell is being honored by Berkeley Technology Academy in the Community Involvement category. Mizelle continues to persevere and get ahead and graduate high school. He is not only involved in his community, but he's very invested. You can usually find him helping neighbors with what they might need or volunteering on the weekends at the Spiral Garden on Sacramento Street. He's currently working as a security guard in the new parish in Oakland. But working the night shift, after getting off of his night shift, he goes to school in the mornings. So I am so humbled by your drive, and it's such a pleasure. Congratulations. I'd like to ask Onishi or Onixi Vanderson? Okay. So, those are the last of our, actually before we end, are there any students here that I did not name but are here to receive their award? Okay. Well, with that being said, I'd like to honor the folks that got an award but were not able to make it here tonight. And their names are Amaya Armstead, Talon Blackston, Jesus Hill, Denisha McNary, Niles Seawood, Israel Vasquez, and Armand Turner Jenkins. And with that, I will pass it on to the Executive Director of BOSS. There he is. You're on deck.
Good evening, everybody. This is going to be quick, fast, and to the point. So I want to thank everybody for coming out and celebrating our young people. One of the things that I do want to say is the list that was read of the young people who didn't make it for a number of reasons, but I think still a piece of it is around stigma. And so folks who maybe don't want to show their face yet, but I'll tell you the reason why we started this Rising Stars event and why we'll continue this, is to shine a light on the young people beyond their challenges, but because they deserve to be heard, they deserve to be seen, and they deserve to be celebrated and loved and respected and belong, right? And with that, right, we'll continue doing this until we can't do it anymore, right? So I want to just say that. And again, thank you to the community, thank you to our board of directors, thank you to all of our donors, thank you to our funders, thank you to everyone who makes this thing possible. I'm here to give out scholarships, so I get the good job. So we have $1,000 scholarships that we're giving out to 4 individuals that were selected by each organization that's represented as the Rising Stars. So that's BOSS, that's Berkeley Technology Academy, that's Berkeley Youth Alternatives, and Berkeley High School. So I want to just get to the point and get down to business here. So the first recipient of the $1,000 scholarship award is Kevin Espiritu. Person is Lachey Senegal. If you want to say a few words, Lachey, you certainly can if you want to. You're welcome. Mazel Trout. But not least, Deontay Jackson McFarland.
Hey, I just want to give an honor to God first, before anything. Secondly, I want to thank Mr. Frazier for everything. Miss Glenn also for everything. Thank you for all my support. Don, my little brother over there. Hey, let's get it.
Thank you so much. I'm going to ask our MC to come back up and we can end the program. Again, I just want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. And we're going to do this again next year. Thank you.
I think we've been spreading a little joy tonight. What do you think? Well, I just, Donald, and everybody at the Boss organization, Sonia, you guys do, I mean, let's give them love. Look at the work that they do. And continue to do every day. We appreciate that. It's wonderful. So anyway, thank you, Donald. Congratulations again to all of our 2017 Rising Stars Award recipients. And thank you to you for sharing the evening with us. And once again, our sponsors, Tile Shop, Roman Fan, Mechanics Bank, Kaiser Permanente, Nonstop Wellness, and all others listed in the program. And if you bid on the silent item, please take a moment to check the list to see if you won, okay? And you can pay for your item on the way out or make a final donation to support the 2018 Rising Stars awardees. Text BOSS to 243725, and we'll see you next year at our 2018 Rising Stars Gala. I'm Leslie Stovall, and I'll talk to you on radio at 6 o'clock on Tuesday on KCSM for a little dinner jazz. Thank you, everybody. Drive home safely.
Making some